What's going on, everybody? Nicholas Natt, and you are tuned into the Natt Fitness Method. Your conversation for the day and topic is going to be on goals. That's right. It's going to be on goal setting and why I feel that this is going to be something that's going to be ultimately advantageous for you. And I am incredibly excited. So let's talk a little bit about the dilemma. The dilemma is that there may be no goals, and if there is no goals, then there can be no vision. And if there is no vision, then there's likely going to be no accomplishment. That can clearly become a problem if you are the kind of person who's trying to do something in life, like win, like start a business, like get out of debt, or like improve the relationship with a loved one, or to be able to go back to school. Anything that's worth doing takes a little bit of a vision and it's going to take some element of a strategy. But the reality is that if you don't set goals, it means that you probably don't actually have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, even if you have one in your head, you probably don't have a set structure of ways that you're going to accomplish the first step to step 27 or step 57. That's actually going to help take you there, which means that this is probably not going to end up happening. So I say that because this becomes important for people like myself, for you, and for everybody else, because if you do not set goals, then it's probably very few and far between that it's actually going to manifest, because I can doubt that this is just going to jump out, okay? So I got some definitions. And I want to share this definition with you because it's one of the best that I actually found. So let's dive into that. Goal setting involves the development of an action plan designed in order to motivate, guide a person or group towards a goal. Goals are more deliberate than desires and momentary intentions. Therefore, setting goals means that a person has committed thought, emotion, and behavior. They commit. Commitment as a whole, when you break down these individual words, you can begin to understand just how much emphasis and how much austerity is going into this definition. In the end of the day, my whole thought about commitment is that you are choosing to feel a certain way, and regardless of how you feel, you're actually going to do something. So if I say, you know what, I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not used to waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I might be inspired to do that. I might be highly motivated. You know what's likely to happen? There's gonna be more days than not where I don't wanna wake up at 5. Physiologically, my mind and my body are going to tell me and put me in states of mind where I'm just not gonna really wanna effing do it. I'm not. And the mind is so good at telling you tricks, it can keep you in there. And if you say, I am committed, then you get up at 5 regardless of the fact that you might feel motivated, tired, or uninspired to do so. So you put in thought, you put in emotion, and you put in behavior. Behavior being the action towards actually moving and doing things over a consistent period of time. So what does this mean? Well, I think it means a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, what I think it means is that achievement and acquiring, or what we just simply say manifesting, anything starts with goals, and goals have to be something that initially is drawn. In my other videos, if you guys have a chance to go back and check out another Natt Fitness conversation, I talk about driving force, and I think that driving force is the leverage behind goal setting, right? And so driving force ultimately becomes the reason why we choose to do anything. If you're underwater and you can't breathe, you have driving force to get air. That's something that's authentic, it's real, and it is extremely dire hard. If you're in a burning building and your life is on the line, then you have the inspiration to get the hell out, and the reason being is because of driving force. In the same way that if you're starving and there's a bed of crumble cookies, those of you who don't know who crumble cookies are, it's good stuff. Not good for you, but it is delicious. You could easily eat a whole box, right? And so when you think about setting goals, you obviously think about having driving force, but at the end of the day, goal setting helps you really figure out how to take a bigger goal and a bigger concept of something that you want to achieve and something that you want to have, and then breaking it down at its core and figuring out what are the different pieces. It gives you stability, it gives you focus, and it gives you structure. These can also be referred to as systems. So without effective system management and without proper goals that you have not written down, it becomes really difficult in order to see these things transcribed. Now, personally, if you ask me, because I can go on and on and on about goal setting, I think there's 3 simple concepts that you have to understand about goal setting. So one is going to be on the power behind driving force. The second is going to be on the long term. And then the third is going to be on the short term. So let's break that down here very quickly, guys. Driving force, as I said before, which I think is the most important thing. This becomes important, not to just know what you're going after, that's the goal, but the reason why it is relevant and why it's going to make your life better. If you cannot authentically, meaning exclusively from yourself, not from anything or society or because on TikTok or because a friend or a boss or a family member says so. But if it's not something that you don't bleed for, then it's not a matter of if you will succeed, you probably won't. And I say that because goals are set in motion, because having anything is very difficult to achieve, and you need driving force to help you commit to doing difficult things consistently over time. 2, long term. This is the actual thing you're trying to achieve. In the end, most of us don't feel really inspired to go out and lose 10 pounds, which is why most of us don't go out and do it. Even if we say, I just want to lose 10 pounds, it's probably not going to happen. And I say that not in a condescending way, but I say that because let's say you say, I just want to lose 10 pounds. But in reality is your blood pressure's off the charts, or you're really self-conscious about putting on clothes, or you don't like taking your shirt off, whatever that might be. Realistically, 60 pounds might actually do that for you. 60 pounds might actually give you confidence. 60 pounds might actually make you feel comfortable going up and talking to that guy or that girl. 60 pounds might give you the confidence you need to prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, and then you could actually quit your job and go and start that business. But you're not gonna go and do that if you're not inspired to do that. So a long-term goal that you set for yourself is supposed to be something that is significantly out of reach, that you might be setting for months or even years out in advance, that is ultimately going to change the trajectory of how you feel in your life. And the last thing is the short term. Notice I didn't say short term first and then long term. Your short term goal should reflect or emulate something about your long term. So if my goal is to lose the 60 pounds, then I can make a short term goal. You know what? My goal is to lose 60 pounds. I'm gonna need help. I'm gonna go talk with Nick. I'm gonna go talk with a personal trainer. I'm gonna go talk to a coach or nutritionist. I'm gonna do a little bit of research. You know what? I'm just gonna start walking at least 3 times a day. The point being that it doesn't matter where you guys start, but you're going to set goals that you can begin to cross off the list. And as a whole, these things begin to build an identity. That identity and that consistency is gonna set you up for the next goal, which is gonna be 2-3 feet in front of you, or the next mile. And as you begin to accomplish those goals, you're slowly going to begin to close in that gap from where you are to the long-term goal. And your driving force that's gonna push you is going to be the reasons behind why that goal is important. So, I want to tell you a quick story about goal setting and the power of it with driving force and how that works. There is a movie called Bleed for this. If you guys have never seen it, I highly encourage you to watch it. It is a true story made by Hollywood from a former fighter in boxing named Vinny Panzienza, also known as the Tasmanian Devil. All you guys need to know is that this guy was a very elusive boxer. He was very good, but he was more semi-formal. He decides to get with a coach and they win a championship. And the day after he wins a championship, he actually is in a critical car accident where they put him in a halo. And if you guys don't know what a halo is, it's that brace that goes around the head where they actually put screws through your skull to hold your head in place. And he has to wear this thing for 6 months. And this is just to save his life. The doctors, his parents, his trainer, not one single person ever believed that this man would box. And not only did he make the decision to box because he is a fighter and because fighting is his life and because it is his passion, it is his driving force, it is the essence of why he exists, but he sets a goal that he's gonna be fighting for another championship. And to not give away too much, this man does something that is so unfathomable and imaginable that transcends what we even believe humans are capable of. And the only reason that that happened, especially when you had medical science say that this is irrational and it's almost damn near impossible, is because he simply believes that it is that simple. It is as simple as having driving force, setting a goal and working towards it. And does that mean that you're going to succeed? No, I'm not saying that you will. But what I am saying is that that driving force and that ambition to set a goal and to move towards that each and every day and to have that inspiration to work that hard at something is going to give you the opportunity of feeling fulfilled. And you might fall flat on your face, but that will give you the inspiration you need to either come back and try again, because now you know where you need to correct, or you at least cultivate the fulfillment of trying and knowing for certain. So, you guys, everyone is looking to become a change. Everyone is looking for change in their life. They're looking for this manifestation, this dream to manifest itself. And it's possible through the power of goal setting. And my recommendation to you is to incorporate goal setting. Utilize goal setting, get involved into a community, and make sure that when you're plugged into that community, that you guys are ultimately setting these goals and holding yourselves accountable as well as other people. Because the narrative of your story can change by simply becoming your own heroine or your own hero. I'm Nicholas Natt, and this is the Natt Fitness Method. If this video was inspiring to you, and if you know anyone who can benefit from it, I ask one thing. Please make sure you guys subscribe and share this with somebody who needs to see it. Connect with me on my other media, and until next times, I am Nicholas Natt, and this is the video on goal setting. Signing off.